Patrick Moore, and welcome again to www.mooresongs.com. We're here in Washington, D.C., and I'm delighted to have a tremendous author to speak very briefly, at least with us. Let me say this by way of introduction. A year or so ago, I was talking with a associate, a cardiovascular surgeon from California named Tom O'Connell, and I asked Tom what some of his personal interests were, and one of them was doing some writing in the area of the drug reform movement. And I talked with Tom a few months later and asked him how he progressed on his goal, and he told me that he had moved on to other aspects of activism within the movement, but that he'd temporarily ceased writing because he had discovered a book that was written so well, was so much to the point, and expressed the beliefs and concepts that he wanted to get across so well that he had simply put down the pen. And he told me the name of this book was Drug Crazy by Mike Gray. And just by coincidence, a while later I saw Mr. Gray's book and got a copy, and I read it, and I've shared it with any number of friends, all of whom have told me that in reading this book, they discovered aspects of the war on drug and the drug reform movement that they had never compelled them in such a way, and so that is what's coming from the past. What I see in the future is if these things have not already occurred, my astrological self predicts that this book, Mike Gray's Drug Crazy, will be turned into some kind of a screenplay, and in turn turned into some kind of a movie format, and that it will come forth into the televisions and theaters of the world, and will be a happy little piece of fireworks in what's coming ahead for a happier world. Now,
well, thank you for those kind thoughts, Patrick. It was very nice of you. I put 6 years of research into the book, research and writing, and basically I must say it was one of the most shocking experiences I've ever had, and I've had some shocking experiences, but writing and researching Drug Crazy profoundly changed my thinking about the whole drug problem and how we got into this mess and how we can get out. It was amazing to me to discover that 100% of the scientific evidence, the logic is all on one side of the argument, and that there is absolutely no scientific, political, or moral evidence that weighs in on behalf of drug prohibition. Interestingly, one of the most amazing things that I discovered when I was digging into this problem was we did not have a drug problem in the United States until we created this ourselves. When the drug war began in this country, it was in 1914. The first drug laws were passed against public possession and consumption of narcotics. Prior to that time, if you wanted drugs, or needed drugs because you were addicted to morphine or whatever, you simply went to your doctor, and he wrote you a prescription for whatever you were addicted to, and you took that to the drugstore, which is where you used to get drugs, and the pharmacist gave you whatever it was that you needed, and you then shot it or drank it or swallowed it or whatever, and then you went off to work. Because all of the at least 80% of the addicts in the United States that we were able to keep records on had jobs and homes and families and were tax-paying, productive citizens with a medical problem that was handled by their doctor.